Hello viewers and welcome to my channel. Hope all of you are doing well. Today we are going to discuss a question which was asked in March 2019 and it is from the topic measures of central tendency. This question was asked for 5 marks. Let us first read the question and then we will see how to solve it. So we have that the following data gives the frequency distribution of marks of children in a society. Calculate the standard deviation for the given data. So we are given a frequency distribution, which is a grouped frequency distribution. As you can see that the marks are in class interval. So we have 0 to 10, 10 to 20, and so on up to 40 to 50. So these represent the marks which are obtained by the students. And the number of children who have got marks between 0 and 10 is 5, between 10 and 28, 20 to 30, 70, 30 to 40, 7, 40 to 50, 3, and we are expected to find out the standard deviation. Let us start with the solution of the problem. So the very first thing which we are going to do is we are going to rewrite the table and arrange it vertically. So, and we are going to also use some shorter forms. So firstly, we have the marks 0 to 10, 10 to 20, and so on. Next, we have the number of children. The number of children is nothing but the frequency. So that is 5, 8, 17, 7, and 3. Now next, we need the column X. Now what is X? X is nothing but the class mark. Now, class mark is also known as the midpoint of the given class interval. So for example, for the first class interval, which is 0 to 10, the class mark can be evaluated as the average of 0 and 10. So we need to take the sum, that is 0 plus 10, and divide by 2. And this is going to give us 5. So the first class mark is 5. The next one is again going to be the average of 10 and 20. That is 10 plus 20 upon 2, which is 15. And likewise, continuing further, we are going to get 25, 35, 45. Let me just delete this part. Now, let us first state the formula of standard deviation. The standard deviation is denoted by sigma x. Let me write little below. So the standard deviation is denoted by sigma x and it is given as square root of sigma fx square upon sigma f minus x bar square. We know that x bar square or x bar is actually sum of fx upon sum of f. So based on the requirement of our formula, we are going to add respective columns. So right now under x bar, you see that we need an fx column. So we are going to add an fx column. Also here you can see that we need sum of fx square. So we need to add a column for fx square. Now it would be more easier if we also add a column for x square, which will give us directly fx square. So let us go ahead. I have my calculator equipped with me. So x squares are going to be 25, 225, 625, 1225 and 2025. Now let us have fx. Let me just draw one fine line so that we can distinguish. Yeah. Now moving on to fx square. So your fx square is going to be evaluated as the product of f multiplied by x square. So for the first one, we are going to have 5 multiplied by 25, which is 125. Next we have 8 multiplied by 225, which is 1800. 17 multiplied by 625, which is 10,625. 7 multiplied by 1225, which is 8,575. And lastly, 2025 multiplied by 3, which is 6075. So once we are done with the total, let us just tabulate it nicely and put up in a form. Now we are going to add the totals which are going to be required as per the formula. So firstly, we need the total of sum fx square, which is this column. So we'll add a total to it, followed by sum of fx, which is this second last column. And also in the denominators of both, we need sum of f, which is column number 2. So let us quickly total up, and I'm going to write down the total over here. The total of f comes as 40. We don't need the total of x as well as x square. Let me just put a hyphen over there. The total of fx comes as 950. And lastly, the total of fx square comes as 27200. That is 27,200. Now, once we are done with the table, we just head on to the formula and we are going to replace all the values which are required. So firstly, what we will do is we are going to evaluate x bar and then we can substitute it directly there. So x bar is going to be sigma fx divided by sigma f. Now sigma fx we have got as 950 and sigma f we have got as 40. So we need to divide 950 by 40, which comes as 2375. Now moving on to sigma x, that is the standard deviation. So we already have the formula here. So I'm not writing the formula again. I'm just making mere substitutions. So firstly, we need sum fx square here, and that is 27,200, which is divided by sum of f, that is 40, minus x bar square, and we have got x bar as 2375. So 23.75 square of this number. Let us work step by step and simplify the things. So 27,200 divided by 40 gives us 680, minus the square of 23.75 is 564.0625. Now since we have to round it off to two decimal places, so we are going to remove this, and as you can see, the successive number is lesser than 5. So we are going to keep this number as it is. So we have 564.06. Now let us take the subtraction and we get this as 115.94, and at the last step we need to evaluate the square root of this, which comes as 10.76. 10.7675. So to round it off, again look at the last part. It is a number which is greater than 5. So we are going to round it off to the next decimal. So we have that sigma x for the given set of observation is going to be 10.77. So hope this problem helps you to calculate the standard deviation for any grouped frequency distribution. And if there are any suggestions you would like to mention, you can put up in the comment box. Thank you so much for watching till here, and I'll be uploading more and more videos. So make sure that you subscribe to my channel.